Hello guys, Aurélien here from BunkerWeb. Today we're gonna deep dive into the new SaaS offer, which is obviously called BunkerWeb CLOUD. This is a project I've been working for a few months now, a very important one for us. This is a fully managed BunkerWeb. So you were used to self-host your own WAF BunkerWeb. Today you can just have it managed by your own team. The first thing you want to do, of course, if you want to know more about this, is follow the links in the description or just go to the bunkerweb.io website. This is where you'll find the most useful informations. At the top header here, you'll see the SaaS offer cloud, and here is the wonderful new page we have. I'll let you have a look on this page, see what is the difference, but mainly this is just a managed offer, so you don't have to set it up, you don't have to do upgrades on BunkerWeb. What you have to do is basically just set your services up and then you'll be bunkerized. All right, let's dive into the setup now. So from this page, the first thing you want to do is, of course, get started. You'll be presented with the different offer. Be aware that this is more of an enterprise targeted offer because it will easily suit enterprise with different needs like high availability and different managed features. If you click on purchase order, you'll be redirected to the old panel. So panel.bunkerweb.io, where you can deal with your different subscription licenses and stuff. You will find the BunkerWeb Cloud on the categories here. It's a new button. Whenever you have clicked on the offer you'd like, you'll be redirected to this page where you can configure your offer. Basically, you can change your billing cycle. Be aware, if you choose annually, you will benefit from 2 free months. Then you can change the number of your services. Of course, right now it's topped to 50 services, but if you need more, just go to the custom offer instead of the essential one, where it might better suit your needs. You'll be able to choose the resources for your instances. The base setup we have decided is 2 instances for higher availability, each with 2 vCPU and 8 gigs of RAM. Of course, if you need custom resources, we can allocate more. Then you'll decide with cloud password that will be for that's part of your login information to get to the BunkerWeb UI, the managed one, and you will get the choice to for the region. Right now it is just France Central, but any region in Europe could be available within an hour. So we're just waiting for you guys to tell us what region you like right now, and we can set it up in an hour. When everything is set up, you can just hit continue. That will be redirected to the checkout page where you will adjust your billing details, payment method, and eventually add notes if you need some. Then you can hit, don't forget to tick the box, hit the checkout page, and you will get redirected to the payment option. Obviously, I'm not going to do it now, and we're going to switch straight away to new instances I've already provisioned. Now that you have subscribed to the cloud offer, you will be redirected to the cloud subscription details. The first thing you want to see is your cloud username here that will be used to log inside the BunkerWeb UI and also the Grafana dashboards. The cloud password is the one you set at the previous step. Next is your load balancer address. That'll be your front DNS CNAME. This is something you need to add to your domain name. We're gonna do it right now. Just as a reminder, I already set up a VM with basic Nginx service. that would represent your already existing infrastructure and web apps that you want to protect with BunkerWeb CLOUD. So from here, if we check at this address, we should hit the default server. It is actually the case. We have the default server. Mind that this is an HTTP endpoint. This is your own responsibility to provide the certificates, which you could do from the BunkerWeb UI, of course. So now that we know this load balancer brings to the default server, we're gonna set our domain name. So for me, this is demo-nginx, and we are going to set the load balancer address. This should be a CNAME, and we will now be redirected to the BunkerWeb instance. Next step in the details provided here is the user interface address. This will be to access the web UI. As you can see, your web UI is by default protected by the anti-bot. So to log inside the UI, we will need the client ID, which we can grab from here, paste it here. Yeah, here it is. That be only for demo. All right, let's log in. Once you're in your UI, you can then, I don't want to remember this password. This is just for a test. Once you're in your UI, basically you'll find your resources. So as I told you, this is 4 vCPU and 16 gigs of RAM for 2 instances. Actually, our 2 instances are live, and we can now create our first service. So once you have added your CNAME record pointing to the BunkerWeb CLOUD load balancer, you just can go back to the UI where you should be logged in using your cloud username and the defined password at the subscriptions. We now create the service, so let's hit that should be demo-nginx.bunkerground.com. Okay, we're going to copy paste this because we're going to need it in the next step. We'll keep the auto let's encrypt the wildcard. We're going to make a DNS challenge for this one because that is much safer. So we're going to use Scaleway. Let me grab the secret. We're going to use this. Be aware that this secret will be removed right after this video. Now we set the reverse proxy host. So let's do it again. demo-nginx.bunkerground.com. Let's paste it on the other one. So why am I filling these? Is because we're gonna actually activate the reverse proxy SSL SNI. This is useful if you have on the other side, so at the exit of BunkerWeb, if you have I don't know, an infrastructure with different services, for example, and you need your reverse proxy there to be able to know which certificate to give and activate. Depending on the service, you want to activate the SSL SNI. Now for the reverse proxy host here, we are going to need the VM address. In my case, it's a VM, but it could be any. This is the address where I'm sending my traffics. So be aware that it should be HTTPS. At least we highly recommend that. You want your traffic to be secured between the exit of BunkerWeb CLOUD and your own service. All right, I think we're all set. Let's hit save. And we should now have our service ready. All right, so from now we can have a quick check if everything has been done correctly. Let's go back to the subscription details page. So we have a user here that we needed to log inside the BunkerWeb UI to set our service. The password was set in the previous step at the subscription. We use the front DNS CNAME, which is the address of the BunkerWeb CLOUD load balancer. And when I said BunkerWeb CLOUD load balancer, I mean your own load balancer. It is a dedicated one for your own instances of BunkerWeb. From here, we logged inside the UI using the cloud username and cloud password, and we set our service in here. Previously, we actually set the record, CNAME record, pointing to the load balancer. So let's test if we have BunkerWeb in front of that. If I'm going to admin, for example, you can see that on my Nginx server, which is not by default protected by BunkerWeb, now it is. It is bunkerized through the BunkerWeb Cloud. Well, that closed this this test. Now, what if we wanted to use the Grafana dashboard that is right here? So to log inside the Grafana UI, you will also need the cloud username that is just in your subscription details. We'll use this and also the password you set previously. In my case, it is only for demo, something like that. Once you're logged inside the Grafana, you will have two pre-provisions dashboard that you might be already familiar with it. This is the BunkerWeb dashboard where you can see the different requests, attacks and stuff. Obviously, right now, this service, which is the Emo Nginx, is very new, so we don't have much traffic in this demo to show off. Other dashboard you have is your logs. Of course, you can grab the logs of all your BunkerWeb containers if you want to debug or analyze traffics. All right, guys, this concludes the initial setup for the BunkerWeb Cloud offer. We'll be making some more tutorials in the near future to cover some specific use cases you might encounter. And until then, stay safe and bunkerized.